We're back at Radio Row ahead of Super Bowl 56 right here on the Locked On Podcast Network with former NFL General Manager and ESPN front office insider Mike Tannenbaum is here. Mike, I appreciate the time. I know you're making the rounds. I host Locked On Bengals, and I'll be the first one to admit I did not expect the Bengals to make it here. But I want to start with the Rams because I think a lot of people, they were built to make a run this year. What do you think about the job they've done in the offseason and building this team and in season, adding the talent they did to get to this point?
Yeah, they've done an incredible job. They're very top heavy, but, they're 5 or 6 players with Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller. It's great. And Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, do you think there's almost a pressure within that organization to get it done this year, given because they're on the opposite side of the spectrum versus the Bengals? Almost.
Yeah, no, there's high expectations. Make no mistake about it. This is clearly hey, this is their year. They'll be very competitive next year, but it'll be hard to bring the whole group back together, probably starting with Andrew Whitworth, who's 40 years old, but give them a ton of credit for them, to build a team that's now ready to compete for a championship this week.
As a general manager, is it fun to be aggressive like that with the way they've constructed the team, or is it tough to give up those future assets with those deals?
I think the word is alignment. If the head coach, GM, and owner are on the same page, and hey, if we do this, here's what we can't do. If Matthew Stafford's worth multiple first-round picks, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, for sure, and it's certainly paid off. On the opposite side, the Bengals, they've been constructed a few different ways. The defense has been through free agency. The offense is a lot of draft picks. What do you make of the way they've built this team to get to this point?
I think they deserve a lot of credit, and I like what they've done on the back end with Chidobe Awuzie, Mike Hilton. They hit on Eli Apple. You look at up front, Ogunjobi's been productive. Bringing Hendrickson over has been good. Their defense is really, they've hit on a lot of free agents. I know the headlines are about their skill players, but I think on defense they've done a really nice job.
How hard is it to hit on a free agent? Because you're right, all of the guys that they signed this past offseason on defense have been hits, right? Trey Hendrickson, Von Bell last year, it's been so many hits. How hard is that? Because we analyze the draft, but the free agency, it's got to be hard.
Yeah, it is, because you always start with why are they available? So
sure.
It's one of those things where you're thinking is it injury, is it age, is it sound? There's something why they're available, but they've done a masterful job, and let's give credit to Lou Anarumo. Yeah,
he's been multiple, right? I think Von Bell called him the mad scientist because he cooks up different schemes and things. He's with the Bengals. I know with their structure, he's got a lot of input on the free agents and stuff. So I know the coaching staff, I'm sure, is excited that they were able to do what they were able to do. Let's talk about this offense. What impresses you most about Joe Burrow?
I think his resiliency. You're not supposed to be sacked 9 times and win a road playoff game. You're not. Yeah. That's not supposed to happen. So that's, to me, it starts with his toughness, his mental resiliency.
Is that something that you've seen in any of these other young quarterbacks?
I think Herbert, when he goes out there with Tyrod Taylor's unusual situation a year ago, so he stands out as another. Derek Carr's leadership to me has been exemplary. All the bumps in the road that the Raiders had, and he deserves a ton of credit as well. Yeah,
I think Derek Carr's underrated, I would say. I think that's fair. Outside of Burrow, he's got the trio of receivers. You got Joe Mixon. Specifically with Super Bowl 56, we know about the offensive line issues. Can these skill players help Burrow overcome that weakness, you think, against the Rams?
It's going to be, they're going to have to run the ball a little bit, and they're going to have to get the ball out of his hands, because he's not going to get sacked 9 times in that stadium on Sunday and win the game. Yeah. So, and that Rams front is just as good as Tennessee's front.
If you're the Rams, do you put Jalen Ramsey on Jamar Chase one-on-one? Do you have him shadow? I know he hasn't been shadowing, but that's been a topic over the past week and a half.
Yeah, I would take a page out of Coach Belichick's book. I would put Jalen Ramsey one-on-one with T. Higgins, and then double Jamar Chase when he gets off the bus.
Gotcha. And what have you thought about Jamar Chase? Because I was high on Chase pre-draft, but I don't think I could have predicted. Anybody could have predicted. 81 receptions, 1,455 yards, the rookie record for postseason yards. What have you thought about his rookie year?
He's been amazing, phenomenal, whatever adjective fill in the blank that you like to use there.
Do you think he best rookie receiver ever? You think it's Randy Moss? I mean, that's been a debate.
I know Moss came on, made a lot of noise early. Jamar Chase is going to have a great career, and obviously his connection with Burrow is just going to make it grow and keep getting better and better.
All right, now shifting gears away from the Super Bowl a little bit and looking into the offseason. the coaching and lack of diversity in head coaching hires has certainly been a topic. You've hired head coaches. You know what goes into the process. What do you make of that, and is there a solution?
It has to be better. The Rooney Rule is well-intentioned. We're not seeing the results that rule was intended to. And to me, the solution is there's great guys I work with, Vance Joseph, Todd Bowles, that are more than qualified, but I'd also look at trying to emphasize more of the entry-level positions, make that more diverse, have more females, have more racial diversity, and hopefully over time, more and more qualified candidates will work their way up the ranks.
Is there any way to do that, you think? Is it a rule? Is it the NFL needs to just be, the powers that be need to just be more open-minded? I mean, what is...
I think, again, like try and get more young people of diversity in that pipeline earlier on, and then have them meet owners in a more informal way, because those interviews can be very formal and very awkward.
Gotcha. All right, last thing. I said I was going away from the Super Bowl, but I want to go back. Who are you leaning if you had to make a prediction right now?
It's funny. I think if the Rams and the Bengals play 10 times, the Rams win 7. Now, with that said, I would be surprised to see Cincinnati win this game because there's something really mythical going on with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, no, I could certainly see that. It's been wild. Like I said, I didn't expect to be here covering the Super Bowl, and I'm here, and it's in large part to Lou Anarumo and the Mad Scientist, and then Joe Burrow, of course. So he's Mike Tannenbaum. Make sure you catch him on ESPN. Mike, I appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.